My name is Darth Classic, and you are watching Geekin It. For the time being, I have commandeered this channel, and would like to talk to you about Star Wars. Solo, a Star Wars story, premiered over 3 weeks ago in theaters. Currently, critical reception of the movie has been fantastic. Everybody loves this movie, and it sets the bar just a little bit higher in the Star Wars saga. Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. Holy shit. Well, this is certainly embarrassing. So, as it turns out, Solo, a Star Wars story, is turning out to be a gigantic flop and a black stain on the Star Wars franchise. So, it appears that after the movie's first 4 days of opening, Solo had only grossed domestically about $103 million, which was below Lucasfilm's projections of $130 to $150 million for its first 4 days. Clearly, that never happened. Some even estimate that Solo won't even gross $500 million worldwide before its theatrical release comes to a close. This is disturbing news coming from a Star Wars movie. President of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, has suspiciously gone silent during the aftermath of the premiere of the movie, after fan responses have been so low and so devastating to the film franchise. Very little is coming out of Lucasfilm other than a handful of excuses coming from Disney. So, screw that. Let's just talk about some toys that I got on clearance at Walmart. Why the hell not, right? That is correct. Not even the greatly desired Star Wars toys are beyond the touch of death which has become part of the franchise. Several toys have been seen just rotting away on clearance shelves because nobody seems to want them. Nobody is purchasing them. But I have, and I would like to talk about them with you today. So, let's get to it. The first thing I would like to review would be the Star Wars The Last Jedi Rey and Protean God 2-pack. I got this at the discount aisle at the Walmart for $5. Yes, this was on clearance for $5 because nobody wanted it. I was told that the Force Link doesn't even work, and for $30 I'm not going to risk it. Stand up. it's fighting me. Ah, screw it. That's much better. These things are quite well packaged in the plastic bubble. So many tiny, tiny accessories.
Tiny accessories.
Interesting instructions. Apparently you're supposed to attach the gun to the back of Ray's head. I suppose some fans wouldn't complain too much about that. So here we have a very interesting backpack gun. And a stick. And 2 more sticks and a blaster. Very tiny blaster. Certainly a choking hazard. Okay, so Ray is not all that bad. She has a nice sculpt. This is a 5-point figure, which means rotating neck, rotating shoulders, and rotating thigh joints. And that is it. No additional posing in this figure. The holster on the toy is a very nice touch. I wish most of these Star Wars toys had holsters for the weapons. And Hasbro is doing a good job these days with the holsters. Rey comes with her blue lightsaber. Well, I suppose it's hers now, but lightsabers had a few owners. And of course we shouldn't forget her famous stick, which she always carries around. And really, I don't think she does much else with it, just it's a stick. This guy is actually pretty cool. I really like the design. It is basic red, but the sculpting is good, and I really enjoy the helmet. It is such a bizarre shape, and so unconventional. It's a very, very cool design. I'm really enjoying the armor and the face and the cloak and everything about this. I'm really quite marveling at its simplicity and its elegance. And he holds his stick rather well. I don't think I meant it that way, but you know what I mean. And of course it breaks into 2 pieces, and he can hold them as like short blades. And it's quite interesting. It's very interesting. Don't really know what else to say about it. What am I supposed to do with this? Are you kidding me? This is just a little over the top. It's really quite a ridiculous looking thing, and whatever. It's quite a bizarre and jarring thing for have Rey to be wearing this on her back. And it's very difficult to get her to stand with that thing on either. And she just falls right over. I don't really care. if I decide to drop another $4 or $5 on multiple 2-packs of this, I'm just doing it strictly for the Praetorian Guard, and then I suppose I'll have a clone army of Rays to go along with it, which I really don't want. But the Praetorian Guard is A+ in my book.
Okay, so hopefully my whispering came out okay. We'll find out. But we're gonna move on to the next one in just a second.
So, up next, we have the Rathtar and Balatik, featured briefly in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, this toy does not date back to 2015. This is part of Hasbro's current 2018 line, featuring the Force Link as well, which again does not work. However, this was also purchased on clearance at Walmart for about $4. Ugh. Alright, let's get on with this, shall we? And who remembers Balatik anyway? That's such a ridiculous name. Sure, let's just make a toy of this guy for like no reason at all, because no one gave a crap about him. And then we have the back, that guy and that thing. We have a short bio in different languages. We have the Praetorian Guard, and we have that, and we just have things and stuff on the box. I do kind of like the artwork here. It's not bad for for what it is. But let's tear this thing open. Come on. Putting up a fight. I'm just have to rip it off. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay. So, it looks like some assembly is definitely required. I see the body. And a lot of tentacles. Okay, well. There we go. Much better. Packaged for your security reasons. As if someone is actually going to try to steal this. Oh boy, this is going to take a little bit of time. I can tell already. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. That's lovely. You can with man-eating action. That's great. All right. I'm gonna have to get back to you on this one. Oh boy. And here we have the Rathtar fully assembled with Dalamtuk. I don't remember his name. I don't really care. We have the Rathtar, and then we have that guy. So, whatever. Let's just start with him. Well, he's very... he's boring. He's just very boring. He has kind of a frock coat, which is, interesting for a Star Wars universe. Very old-fashioned. Otherwise the outfit's nice. Prefer the gun. The gun looks good. Got some nice boots. The texture is good. It's just very gray. There's just no real color to this outfit. Nothing really that stands out. And And he has just such a sad, sad face. You can tell that this toy is just not happy in its existence. It's just so sad. And hold on, I'm having trouble focusing here. There we go. Having trouble here. Oh, is it? It's coming through. Maybe, maybe not. But just look at that face. It's such sad, sad eyes. He's not happy. No, this is a defeated man. He has given up on everything, which is why he's going to be eaten. And there we go. That's better. That's probably the fate he would have preferred anyway. Okay. Well, that's it for the Raftar, I guess. He's just disintegrating right in front of you. So I have to put everything back on, and this is very irritating because these pieces do not peg on very well, and they don't stay on very well, and I am not enjoying myself here. You cannot do this in a hurry. You have to, you know what? Screw it. It sucks. This is a stupid octopus monster. All right. Yeah, they're just not staying on. They just keep coming off and just, ugh. So it has a mouth and teeth, and there we go. Oh yeah, okay. We'll just. This is probably why it was on discount for $5. These pieces just don't peg in well. This is very, very frustrating. I can't imagine a child wanting to play with this, let alone an adult who's just losing his temper with it. I mean, as a Star Wars monster goes, it's very freaky. It is kind of, well, I guess freaky is the best way to describe this thing, other than it sucks. But I'm glad I only paid $5 for it, because I would have felt extraordinarily ripped off and angry had I paid the full $14 or $20. I don't even know how much it is. I think it's $14. I would have been exceptionally angry to pay full price for something like this, and especially just for this guy too, with his sad, pathetic little face. This thing, not recommended. In fact, if you do find it at your local Walmart or wherever it is, just light it on fire. Not the Walmart, mind you, just the toy. Light the toy on fire, so that no one else has to deal with it. All right, I think this is a moment where we need to move on. Up next is Princess Leia Organa from her Hoth uniform in The Empire Strikes Back. I'm very glad I picked this figure up. She was sitting there all alone on the shelf amongst a sea of rose ticos, and that's not an exaggeration. Naturally, being a fan of the original trilogy, and a fan of Princess Leia as one of the greatest Star Wars characters, I had to pick her up. And this was not on any discount aisle. I just paid the normal, regular retail price. There she is, stuck in her plastic carbonite, and we should probably let her out pretty soon. Done. And then we have Princess Leia herself, who can't stand. Okay, another 5-point figure. Come on. There you go. Very nice head sculpt, very nice face, very realistic. She's almost a real-life tiny person or something, you would think. So, the sculpting is very good on this toy. There is no complaints about any of that. Hasbro has done a very good job with the sculpting of these toys. She has rotating shoulders and, of course, the hips and where the legs are and everything, and that's just about it. I believe she does have rotating shins too, but I forget. But so she is a bit shorter than Rey here. Rey does stand a bit tall. So we can see that Rey, yes, is a bit taller than Princess Leia. But Princess Leia definitely stands out a lot more. And, you know, personally, I think this should be... I think this is better. This is more appropriate for Leia. Let's give her Rey's lightsaber. I mean Luke's lightsaber. Or maybe Anakin's lightsaber. But whatever. Whoever lightsaber it is, it shouldn't belong to Rey. It should go to Princess Leia. That's my 2 cents on the matter. Well, that's much better. And, of course, Leia's had a few drinks. Let's try this again. There we go. That's much better. This is definitely preferable. Oh, damn it, Leia. This is clearly Leia rejecting the Jedi training. So, standing is kind of an issue for Princess Leia, but we should probably move on. Now, this is the Stormtrooper which will be featured in Solo, a Star Wars story, the Mimban Trooper. And he's all dirty and scrungy, and the card art is really, really nice, and the pose of the Stormtrooper is really nice. The bubble art is all pretty much the same rigmarole as the last one. Nothing really too different other than the artwork. So, yes. And again, Force Link 2.0. Comes with instructions. They all come with instructions, but I don't really care about that. Comes with a stick, or sniper rifle, I mean. There we go. That was easy. Wow. This is nice. This is good. Oh, okay, there's something that... Okay, so... There we go. Apparently the gun is wrapped around... There's something wrapped around that hand of the gun holding it in place, so... Alright, this isn't so bad. I like it. That's a very casual way to hold a sniper rifle. But I suppose I should just, set up that way. Ooh. So the wrists swivel. The elbows do not move. They're in that holding position. Very fiddly. Very fiddly. Alright, I think we got it. I think we've got it. Nope. Maybe. Possibly. Nope. There we go. Alright. Alright. No sudden moves. So here we have the Mimban Stormtrooper. We have a sniper rifle strapped on his right shoulder. Nice wide stance. He's got the cloak. He's holding a very tiny Imperial blaster. I really like the mud and dirt that's all over him. Really good. He has a ball-jointed head, as you can see. And he doesn't... Okay, so I guess standing is going to be a challenge for this toy. I like the cloak. It's very cool. Reminds me of General Phasma, or Captain Phasma, whatever the hell her name is. And, it almost looks like he's air guitaring now. Wild Stallions. That's an old, oh well. So, yes, this is the first Stormtrooper who can air guitar, which, okay, I can get behind that. But, however, Getting that rifle to fit back into the hands, it is very finicky. He doesn't hold the gun very well. I probably shouldn't have cut that plastic wrapping off around his wrists. I should have just kept it there, because he doesn't really want to hold on to it anymore. So that is very irritating. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. I like the sculpt. I liked what they're trying to do, but the execution behind it was a little bit shoddy. And of course we have the Range Trooper, which looks good. I prefer the Range Trooper over the Mimbon Trooper. It's a very nice Stormtrooper contrast. Once again, we return to the discount aisle. I'm actually quite surprised this was on discount. Obviously this was not selling either. And you would think a toy featuring Darth Vader and an Imperial probe droid would be a winning combination. But alas, it was not. In fact, it did such a lousy job selling that Walmart has it stickered here for $9, when in reality I paid $5 for it. What a shame. Now, as you can see, the side panel of the box has clearly been opened. That was not me. I bought it like this, so someone had opened it up before I had purchased it. So, I figured for $5 it was worth the risk to see what was inside. Maybe there's a great mystery in there. Maybe the probe droid won't actually be in there, and something far more interesting might be in its place. But we will have to see. This is really nice artwork. I really enjoy the work they put into the box art here. I feel like there's some kind of a connection between me and this character. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I do love this artwork. It's very stoic and powerful at the same time. Anyway, so this was an easy opening, and much to my surprise and relief, the probe droid is there. Let us continue. What we have here are some very brief and simple instructions. I'm sure we can figure this out. Put probe droid on stand. Alright, that's simple enough. Seems to be there's a few other things. Missile, okay, so there's a missile, and we have the Force Link, which doesn't work. So, Darth Vader, open this up. Easy enough to remove. Tucked away right there in the corner is the missile. A little difficult to find, but it's there. And it's very annoying to remove. Very. This is frustrating. Alright. Stand. Droid. We have the Sith. This thing is actually pretty neat. I like it. I love all those spindly robo-legs. Appendages. I love those spindly robo-appendages. Alright, yes. Looks very good. I feel like I'm on the planet Hoth right now with it. Very nice. This is a very nice looking probe droid. I approve. I haven't done anything with it. I've had it for 5 minutes, and I already really enjoy it. And let's hope the Darth Vader figure is just half as nice as this probe droid. It does look good, though. Let's liberate him. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, clearly removable cape. Oh, based swivel. Head. Okay. Alright. Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith. This is a very nice looking sculpt. It was better than what I was expecting it to be. Oh. Of course, there's always some flaws. He can't stand up straight. Let's see if I can get this guy to cooperate just a little bit. I think one of his legs, the plastic might be slightly deformed, which is preventing him from standing up properly. So apparently he's leaning on the back of his cloak. This is what's supporting his weight. This is actually quite absurd and annoying. This might be the reason why it was on discount. The probe droid looks amazing. The head rotates, very well detailed. It has the tiny gun rotates as well. Each of the appendages moves, and the little claws rotate as well. This is I cannot speak higher of this. This is a magnificent little toy. This is great. Now there's the missile. It's pressure, and then it just pops right back out. I might have just lost the missile. It just flew all the way across the room. It might be gone now. So, quite an impressive missile. Very good. I have to look for it now. Excuse me. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Okay, found it. So B-4-1, very powerful missile. Not quite on a hair trigger, just a little bit. So Darth Vader. It's most impressive. This is a very good-looking figure. The cloth looks good. The helmet looks magnificent. Everything. The panels, the cloth, the lightsaber, it all looks good. The underrobe and the overcape, it's perfect. It looks great. And of course, the only exception, and it has a waist swivel, which is always good. It's always a plus. So this makes this Darth Vader toy a 6-point figure, which is also good. Hasbro put some work into this figure, or at least up to a point they did, because apparently he can't stand up straight for shit. However, he just doesn't want to stand up. So, you want your Darth Vader toy to stand with a commanding presence, and he just can't do it. He's not up to the challenge of the Sith. But with these stormtroopers and the probe droid in the back, it does make a nice little Imperial squad right there. And really, you can't entirely tell that he's not standing on his own 2 feet. He is still being supported by the cape, but this isn't too bad. So, as much as I enjoy the probe droid, the Darth Vader toy being unable to stand on his own 2 feet, I have to take some serious marks off for this. This is a buyer beware kind of a toy. The probe droid's amazing. Just be prepared for a semi-lousy Darth Vader. And now, before the conclusion of this video, there is one more toy we must cover. So let us move on. Last but not least, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer, with Kylo Ren action figure. Again, this was sitting on the clearance shelf at Walmart. The sticker says $25. However, that was a mistake. It was actually on clearance for $13. naturally, I picked this up. I couldn't resist a price drop of $13. Considering the initial retail price for this toy was $50, going from 15 down to 25, down to $13. Absolutely. Nobody wanted to buy this toy for $50. It was sitting on toy shelves for months. And understandably so. There have been too many price hikes in the toy industry lately. Selling what would essentially be a $25 toy for $50 is outrageous. And no wonder why toy stores like Toys R Us are going out of business. So $13. I just want to repeat that. A $50 toy for $13. Because the toy industry is getting too out of hand. So here we have a nice piece of artwork of product shot right here. We have our three main characters of Star Wars out there. The bubble art of Kylo Ren. On the box we have an actual product shot of Kylo Ren and the TIE Silencer. We have the Rathtar, which again is garbage. We have a nice little bio, etc. What it can do, different languages. But I think it's time to open it up. Join me, one last adventure in this adventure, I guess. Alright, that's a nice action shot of Kylo Ren. Believe it or not, I actually do enjoy Kylo Ren as a villain. There's something about him I can relate to. So he's easy enough to remove. There he is. Kylo Ren, all angry and scarred. Again, something I think I can relate to somehow. I don't know why. Okay. So some assembly does look like it's required. The wings are right there. Okay, we have the hull. Right. So not so bad. Okay. It's in several pieces, but this looks manageable. Not quite as bad as the bloody Rathtar. Alright. Alright, this is very simple. At the very least, I hope this isn't as bad as the Rathtar. If it is as bad as the Rathtar, it might explain why it was on clearance. And here we have Kylo Ren standing out in front of his TIE Silencer. And I have to say, I'm quite impressed with this toy. Assembling it was very easy and very self-explanatory. And I have to say, I don't think I'm disappointed. However, I have to say, I'm a little disappointed at the fact that I have already lost one of the 2 missiles that the toy came with. While I was checking it out, the missile has a bit of a hair trigger, and it launched, and I think I know where it is. I just can't get to it at the moment. So for right now, I'm going to be doing this review anyway. Just keep in mind one of the missiles is missing. Well, let's start with Kylo Ren first. Again, he is a 5-point figure. He looks alright. Basic black. Though I will say the head sculpt looks grainier. I think that's the word I'm going to use. This does not look like a perfected design. This doesn't look like a perfected version of the toy. It's possible it could just be a factory reject that fell through. It's quite irrelevant to me. I already own 2 other Kylo Ren toys, but you know, this is not the best that Hasbro could have offered. Otherwise, though, you know, basic black outfit, tunic, black belt, black gloves, black boots, and then, of course, the lightsaber. I actually do prefer this Kylo Ren over the current one. This one is it just feels better, it looks better, I like it better, but just as a brief comparison. Anyway, let's just move on to the TIE silencer. This is the pièce de résistance. The TIE silencer is a very flattened and condensed version of the Imperial TIE Interceptor, which is my favorite of the TIE fighter designs. So, it makes sense that I would like the TIE silencer as well. And so far this toy has not disappointed me. The body dimensions of the fighter are very reminiscent to Darth Vader's TIE Interceptor X1. So this is quite an imposing craft, a nice hybrid of the Interceptor and the prototype version. It's very well detailed, very minimal in color scheme. It's mostly black with dark grays with some silver, but it is well sculpted. The wing panels look immaculate. The wing panels are also made out of a very soft plastic. It's designed to allow a little bit of wobble so the toy doesn't break right away. There is some clear plastic in the engine area. It's meant to simulate, I guess, engine wash or something, but there are no batteries, at least not to my knowledge. I do like the detail on the wings and on the panels and everything. This is very nice. This is very good. It's a very fun Star Wars vehicle toy. And again, as I said before, I had lost one of the two missiles. But the missiles are activated by a button right there in the back behind the hatch. They pop out there on each side, as you can see. Which is quite clever. I really like this a lot. This is a fun feature. I believe it did happen very similar in the movie. So you put the missile in the thing, and you launch the missile by pressing the exact same button again, and if you press it again, as you can see, it kind of flexes a little bit. It triggers the missile. And this is how I made the mistake of losing the missile in the first place. I didn't realize that the same button activated the launcher. So you launch the missile. It's very easy. And of course, it wouldn't be a Star Wars vehicle unless you had a character to put in the Star Wars vehicle. And we have, and we have some nice cockpit detail. Very simple, very gray, very black, very unpainted, but really I'm not taking marks off for that. So we'll take Kylo Ren. And we'll sit him down in the cockpit. And as you can see, he sits in there rather well. Close the hatch. And there we go. And now, at the end, Kylo Ren is ready to take on the Resistance. For $13, this is not something I would pass up on. If you are a Star Wars toy collector, and if you happen to be on a budget, this is definitely the toy I suggest you get. This is definitely a Star Wars toy I greatly recommend. And thus concludes my video review today. Yeah, these things are kind of cool. Kind of glad I bought them. I'm glad I bought them for cheap. Yeah, I think that covers it. I am Darth Classic, and you have been watching Geekin It. Tune in next time, when your regular host will return. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done. Bye.